Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. Today I'll be your host, Zach, and today this is my 77 Chevy K10. I had taken and put a TBI engine out of another truck. Come to find out that the engine in this truck is a flat tappet cam engine. So we had to get the proper type of oil for this flat tappet cam engine, and has the extra high zinc formula to help. We're also going to be doing a engine flush on her too. And what we're going to do is he actually has some additives. What additives are in this thing? Okay, I'm just basically running Lucas oil stabilizer at the moment with some cheap oil.
All right, so I guess he might have a little bit of blow by. I'm assuming there's probably some deposits on the valves, stuff like that.
Most likely.
All right, so we're going to do an engine flush. We're going to see what comes out of her, and we're going to be starting right now. If you're new to my channel, definitely consider subscribing. You can tap the little red icon in the corner. That way you can come back and watch this important information for your vehicle later. All right, guys, it's that moment. Zach's going to go ahead and throw in our engine flush. And what this is, it's a very thin detergent. Grab that, Zach, and go ahead and pop off the cap. We're going to pop a little safety seal for extra protection. And Zach likes to live a little dangerously. He's going to freehand pour this bad boy in there. So we'll see the detergent. Go ahead, pour in. Beautiful. So we don't really see it going in, but it's going in, I promise you. There it is a little bit. We got it. Show you guys. It's like a thin yellow detergent. There she is. That's it. And now all we do is turn her on, idle her for 15 minutes, and then drain her down. Go ahead and motor her up, Zach.
If you have your phone down here, you can really hear the tapping of the lifters.
All right, let me do that. All right. I want you guys to hear the tapping of the bottom end. Zach had a great suggestion. Where do you hear it, Zach?
Just underneath the truck.
You just go right underneath the truck on this, so we're going to listen to it.
I don't hear it clicking after you added some additive there. What's up with that?
Yeah, he said it's not clicking as much, but that's what she sounds like. Yeah, you can pop it, good. All right, guys, now we're putting in our PI Performance Improver, and this is a very thin detergent, and Zach's gonna pop off the safety seal again, extra protection, and just go ahead and plop in the whole thing. And this treats 20 gallons of gasoline, and you put it in every 4,000 miles, cleans the deposits out of the combustion chamber, cleans the direct fuel injection, port fuel injection, and or carbureted. So no matter what vehicle you got, it handles it, cleans up the ethanol varnish, all that stuff, gets the deposits off the top of the cylinders, and just incredible stuff. So we'll be back after this thing idles for 15 minutes. We're gonna drain her down. All right, this is it. Zach's gonna crack her loose. Got our 14 mil on this little angel. He's got good hands, lots of years of experience in the field. And she's gonna be popping her cork right now. Coming out like water. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome.
Put it up here.
So get a little close up on her. Oil looks pretty darn good. And there she goes. She's going down in. He's coming up with the oil filter wrench.
Let's see if I can find it.
Oil filter is right there. Real easy to get to on all the Chevys. They're all basically the same place. Super easy to get to on her. Beautiful. Boy, she's a stickler.
Well,
Wow, she's a real stickler.
I got an easy oil filter wrench, so I usually put them
Wow.
on nice and tight.
And there she blows. She looks good. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and prep our oil filter. This is our EAO oil filter is what this engine takes. And it actually filters at 98.7% efficiency at 20 microns. Quite a bit of an upgrade over OEM. And it's actually good for 1 year, 25,000 miles. And Zach is going to go ahead and prep her up in a second. He's taking off his rubbers. He has a little more confidence without it. He's not used to wearing them, but we're getting them acquainted with rubbers. So go ahead. He can dig it. He can get her done. So he's in the battlefields down there in the trenches. He's just fingering that filter, getting her all popped loose. And what we're actually going to be putting and priming it with, we're going to be priming it with our 10W40 Premium Protection. And you can actually see that anti-drain back valve, how it's all primed. It's actually silicone upgraded over OEM. It's more flexible, and it doesn't crack and deform over the course of a year like a lot of the other filters. And about 80% of the wear is on startup. So when you start your car, if the filter medium doesn't flow fast, you actually have a lot of wear because the oil doesn't circulate, which 100% synthetic circulates a lot quicker. So you can crack that loose, Zach. We're going to go ahead and dump it in. And this is actually the original oil that Al Amatuzio pioneered back in the 60s. 10W40 with the high zinc premium protection. And way, way back in the 60s, this was warranted for 1 year, 25,000 miles. And this is actually good for 1 year, 25,000 on diesel engines, and 1 year, 15,000 miles on gasoline engines. So he'll be good for the whole year. And you're just getting her all nice and wet. And then you can take 2 finger, go ahead and wet your rubbers, go ahead and stick your fingers in the oil. Beautiful. And get her all nice and wet. And just watch you don't have your rubbers on, you don't want to cut yourself.
We're good.
And your threads are good and you're ready to thread her on. Go ahead. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Poetry in motion. Awesome. There she is. And you can see she's just dripping over here. And that's what the flush does, is the flush really gets those deposits out and it delaminates the oil so it just drips. And that's it. We're good. We're giving Zach the honors to go ahead and start feeling her up. She only takes about 5.1 quarts, believe it or not. And as soon as Zach puts his first quart in, I'm coming from behind. And of course, we're putting in our 100% synthetic premium protection. And this is great for high mileage engines, flat tappet cams, a lot of classic air-cooled vehicles. And they even use this in motorcycles. And we're going to see how high we can get her here. See if we can get that hood up a little bit. Oh, that's all she got, huh? All right, here we go. Give her everything we got. Get about a foot on her. That's about it. We're maxing out. We're hitting the hood. Ah, beautiful. Zach's coming next. Go ahead. Boom. And I'm coming straight across the way. Here I come. Booyah. Watch it go. Look at it. Look at that protection go.
Just dropping bottles back to back.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah. Zach's a master. He actually worked at many lube places. So he does this stuff in his sleep. And this is his first experience with Amsoil. So it'll be really cool to get his feedback when we go ripping around a little bit, screeching tires, mild burnouts, you know, cop car turnarounds. Little bit of Dukes of Hazzard stuff. We don't have any lakes around here to jump, but we may find one.
We might. That don't put it past me.
Tell us about this oil.
Well, come look at it. If you move this around, you can see how much metal and stuff is just...
All that metallic?
There's a flake in there.
I see it.
And when you like move this around, you can really see
Yeah.
the movement of all the metal particles that were in my oil.
So what all did you do to the engine? Why is that in there?
I had just happened to put a crankshaft in it with new bearings.
Our first startup after Amsoil. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what she sounds like. She's at idle down. She's all warmed up. Let's see what she sounds like. And now we're going to go underneath to listen to the lifter noise. Just let it idle for a second. Let's see. We're all wrapped up on this little Angel. I can't believe how good that sounds with the compression and stuff. But this is the preferred customer book, and I'll go over it real quick with you guys. If you're interested in getting Amsoil, you can get it at 25% off, free shipping on any order $100 or more, and you get your quarterly Amsoil magazine, and it basically goes over all the products, diesel additives, motor oil, how Amsoil's different than the other oils, and a lot of really great information on keeping your engines, transmissions, differentials, radiator coolant, keeps you all protected from every angle, lowers emissions, and keeps the engines running 2 to 4 times longer than OEM. And they have it for all the different vehicles. Break-in oil, which he just broke in his camshaft, right?
Yeah, the
The crankshaft, yep. And shows some comparisons to different oils, stuff like that. So we're gonna actually go test drive it right now, and we're gonna go rip around the block. All right, let's do it. Our first little test drive after the oil change and flush. And man, this thing sounds amazing. Oh my God, it's so smooth.
Oh, it is really good, I gotta say.
Wow. Sounds great. Wow. That sounds so good. Wow. That is amazing. Beautiful. Oh my God, that thing sounds so quiet. Holy crap. Wow. Any difference you feel at all already? Anything?
It's really, just so I mean, like, get this engine super rough. I expect, like, this is some quality oil, there's no doubt about it.
Wow, all right, awesome. Let's see what she's That is amazing how quiet that idle is when you let off. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, part of that is that it's got a 2-inch exhaust and it's also got mufflers.
All right, it's got 2-inch exhaust and mufflers, so that's really quieting everything. Restriction.
It's restricting, yeah. I prefer like a 3-inch and maybe some glass packs, but I'm not really trying to be loud, and this is how the truck was set up when I got it, and I kind of enjoy the truck as it is, so I put an engine in it and just got to drive the wheels off of it. It's way too fun.
Yeah, it's amazing how good it handles too. Silverado, baby. Silverado. Beautiful. Amazing.
I got more work to do one of these days though. I just smell fuel.
Yeah, you smell a little bit of fuel. That's cool, I guess. Something older, you know.
I think that it's part of my swap because I feel like the tanks might be vented together, and when I'm recirculating to the main tank, the vent is pushing to the other tank, which is leaking, and I can smell it.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
That's awesome.
We'll find out one of these days when I tear into it, because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're pretty much headed back. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment below. Look forward to Zach's channel coming up. We're going to be putting a link to his channel very soon. We're going to be kicking him off. He does a lot of stuff with throttle and a couple other social media things. I'll put a link to his Instagram and everything else. And if this stuff really helped you out with the premium protection, definitely give it a thumbs up. Helps out my channel. And if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe. Got the little red icon in the corner. And we will see you guys back next time on synthetic oil protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.